Hi, and welcome back to another devlog for Untitled Golf Game, my tiny simple arcade-like... Wait, let's do that again. Hi, and welcome back to another, but also kind of the first devlog for a tiny golf adventure, my tiny simple arcade-like golf game. Yes, the game finally has a name. Only time will tell if the name is final, but it sure beats Untitled Golf Game. I had to have a look at my previous devlog to see the state of the game back then, to see what's actually new this time. Apparently I also promised bi-weekly updates, which, yeah, didn't happen. But a comment I got was about the see-through effect. I reworked it and yeah, I agree, this solution is much better. It makes sense to see through the whole object in case there are obstacles in the way. There's still some fine-tuning left to do here, but it's mostly there. Thank you, I appreciate all the feedback I can get. Besides the name change, there has been a lot happening in the project, so let's just take it from the start. This is my first take on a simple main menu, together with the first draft for a potential logo. As you can see, the transition from the previous devlog has been updated. This is what it looked like, and this is the new one. It's not all the way there, but I think I'll want an object, not necessarily a star, to scale and rotate in the center as the new scene reveals itself. What do you think? There's some new audio in the game, nothing I will use in the final version of the game, but it's a start. It was a bit unclear when the player was allowed to shoot again. There's no real countdown timer, but a short wait until the ball has completely stopped moving. After some feedback, I decided to add a click sound effect and emit some particles from the ball. Again, this is a work in progress, but the inspiration comes from Pokemon and the way the Pokeball clicks when successfully catching a monster. I always found that satisfying, just to give the player some sort of feedback. I've been working on a save manager for Tiny Golf Adventure. I'm not entirely happy with the saving system right now, but at least it works. I will be fine-tuning this later on. And I've also added a simple button in a custom editor to reset my save file, mostly to see what a new player might expect and to make sure everything works, making sure all relevant keys and values are being set. Another thing that I've been hard at work at is challenges. This took me a while to get working as I wanted, but I finally did it. At least the first version of a challenge system. I've done my best to clean up any hard-coded values in the game. Instead I have a game manager that takes care of all the worlds available. As for now, there's one, the Magic Forest, which honestly isn't all that magic. I'm using scriptable objects for this. Whenever I have a new level ready, I can just create a data file for it here. I set the world index as well as the level index. I have a function in the file to return a unique ID for each level. So, the first level in World 1 returns W1L1, and the second one would return W1L2, automatically giving every level a unique ID that's still readable. I also set the spawn point here to easily keep track of where the player should spawn. This is something that I will continue working on to make it better. And now, here are the challenges. My idea is that every level has a collection of challenges. It's very simple and just consists of different challenges that level should include. A challenge object has information about that challenge and a method to evaluate the status of the challenge. So, let's take a look at the hole-in-one challenge. This inherits from my challenge class, which needs a good cleanup. In the evaluation method, I just check whether or not the number of strokes after getting to the goal is equal to 1, as in a hole-in-one, and return a boolean value. I feel like I now have enough to start working on some actual levels, so there's probably going to be less coding in the upcoming weeks and more level planning. I've also set up a Discord server in case you want to have a chat. I'd be happy to talk games with you or code or whatever you feel like talking about. Let me know if you have any feedback on channels you'd like to see on the server. I'm thinking that this will be my own corner on the internet where we can talk about anything related to game dev. I'll probably start preparing for a first testing session soon as well. I don't know where yet, but probably on itch.io. I did set up a channel on the Discord server for Tiny Golf Adventure as well, where you could drop feedback and such. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. Regardless, I will leave a link to the Discord server down here in the description. The Discord server will be an ongoing project with more to come. And that is it for now. I will keep working on a few levels for the first world to get a beta test up for feedback as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.